Greetings from Dublin, Ireland. This is the River Liffey, where the Jeannie Johnson ship resides. Now this ship is to show us what it was like for those folks trying to immigrate to the United States of America from Ireland. Now let's check in with Teresa, who married into an Irish and Scottish family. Hey Teresa, how are you?
How are you?
Now you married into an Irish-Scottish family. Tell us about that and show us your wedding photograph.
Well, we'll start with this first. This is myself, Teresa Ryan. This is my husband, John Ryan. This is my mom, Irene Wolowski. And this is my father, Peter Wolowski. Now we're talking about the stars of this movie. One is Elizabeth McDougall, and her last name is Ryan, and the other one is my father-in-law, Thomas Joseph Ryan.
Now it's Thomas Joseph Ryan. Now what year is this wedding photograph again?
November of 1954.
Now Thomas Ryan, his parents, he was born in Scotland.
Yes.
But it was his parents, your husband's grandparents, that link us to the story of Ireland, is it not?
Yes.
Now we know that most folks from the clan with the family name Ryan came from County Tipperary, but many people left this country from this area known as Dublin, Ireland. Now tell us, what do we know about his story? He did join the British Army and retired as a quartermaster sergeant. Do you know what year that would have been?
No, I don't know the year. The grandfather, yes, that would be 1898.
1898. So we do know that there was the potato famine in Ireland where many people fled. So we don't have specifics on why he left, whether it was for financial or an extension of that, of the potato famine, correct?
Yes.
Now they moved on to Scotland.
To Edinburgh.
So you married into an Irish-Scottish family that relocated to Scotland, and that's where this gentleman was born and met this woman.
Elizabeth, my mother-in-law,
She was from Glasgow, and he was born in Edinburgh.
Yes.
So your Irish ancestors that you married into moved to Scotland, and that is the man that you married, John Ryan. Now you had how many kids, Teresa?
I had 6 children.
And now one of your children did the reverse. They left the United States of America to temporarily relocate to this area known as Dublin, Ireland, for the purposes of education. Do you want to tell us about that story, and what year would that have been?
That would be in 1981 to 82.
And who is this daughter of yours, and what was she doing here in Ireland?
That would be Teresa Marie Ryan. And I do have 6 children, so I have to give you a quick breakthrough. The oldest one is Thomas John, a New York City police sergeant captain. The next one is James Peter, and he is a New York City Fire Department captain. And number 3 is Teresa Marie Ryan, who is a registered nurse, now nurse practitioner, who decided to further her education by spending a year in the British colonies. She was working at several hospitals where she was called a sister, and it was a very gratifying education for her. Number 4 was Kathleen Clifford, who was also a registered nurse practitioner, and God gave her a little child, and she is now teaching professor in one of the nursing schools. Number 5 is my son William, who now has 3 children, married, and is the New York City fire captain. And now we have last but not least the photographer who is presenting this to you, named after his dad, John Thomas Ryan, who I'm so proud to
Hello.
He's the one that puts a smile on everyone's face, and I know he's the one that will continue our family history in years to come. May it be many.
Now you brought a prop with you from your daughter's education visit here to Ireland from 1982. Do you want to show us that item?
I don't think any mom can keep their children home forever, be it 1 or be it 21 children. But I do keep their things. Now, this is when she was in Dublin. She bought us all a scarf, and I found it out of the Teresa Ryan archives, and I brought it with me very gladly and proudly.
And how many years ago did your daughter buy this in Dublin?
Maybe over 30. I have things even older than that.
Now, I actually have a story to tell you as well, and it links you to the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Now, do you remember Elizabeth McDougall's apartment in Queens? What area? Middle Village, was it?
Yes, Middle Village.
Your husband, my father, John Thomas Ryan, whose grandparents are from Ireland, brought me to the first ever St. Patrick's Day Parade of 1978, which would have been my first, not the first parade in New York City. And I was really excited. Not only did I get to take the day off of school, but I got to be on television. And I saw the camera crews filming us. And when I got to your mother-in-law's house, Elizabeth's, she had seen me on television.
Walking up the steps of St. Patrick's Cathedral on 5th Avenue.
And I was so excited, and I was ready to go into her house and just, celebrate that moment. And she said to me, I saw you on TV. And I go, you did? And she goes, that means your teacher saw you too. And she was so angry at my father, your husband, for taking me out of school for just one day to celebrate the St. Patrick's Day Parade. So I gather the folks that left Europe for the United States were all about getting an education and just really cementing that. She was not happy for me at all, but I did have a very good day at the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
And as my last word to you, I didn't have to break their arms to go to school. They went through college, they wanted it, and now they're enjoying it. Thank you.
We'll take a quick look before we go at the Jeannie Johnson ship. What do you think the journey was like for those who did leave Ireland for the States?
They came up maybe 10 years after my own mother did. Times may have been better.
And how long was that journey from Europe to the States?
What Grandma Ryan had was a lot less.
Months, weeks, days?
Possibly way less than half the time that it took my parents.
3 months maybe then?
The reason it was so timely for my mother and it was grandmother and 3 daughters. It was immediately after the First World War. It was people just getting their 2 feet on the ground, maybe 1 foot on the ground, and things were hard, and they were very, very fortunate to come over during those times.
And that's the best we can recollect. That's the Ryan story as far as we can tell you from Dublin, Ireland.
I know I'm not leaving the USA. It's where I live. Thank you. Love you all.
Love to visit, but I'm not moving.